everybody. How we doing? I hope you had an awesome weekend. I sure did. I got outside a little bit, but it was actually pretty chilly, so not a whole lot. But something special is happening this week. On Wednesday, it is Earth Day. It is a special Earth Day that we celebrate in Canada, and that is to celebrate all the awesome stuff that the Earth has, all the awesome stuff that the Earth gives us, and we talk about different ways that means me and you, everybody, can help out the Earth. We can help make sure it's nice and clean, help make sure everything in it is nice and healthy, and that includes me and you, and make sure we can look after the Earth. And we're going to be spending some time outside a little bit later in the week. We did something already last week that is something that we could do for Earth Week, taking care of stuff outside, taking care of part of the Earth. What did we do last week that would help us take care of a part of the Earth? Bird feeders. Right. That helps take care of the birds. And the birds help take care of bugs and stuff that are outside. They make nests. They're moving seeds and stuff around. Birds are really important. And they're very pretty. But birds are really important. And that's a sort of activity you can do during Earth Week. Now, with me saying Earth Week and going outside and talking about stuff outside, why am I sitting inside with the window closed not the dark, but inside where, I'm not anywhere near outside? And that's because I wanted to show you something really, really cool called Google Earth. And Google Earth, as you can see on my computer right here, is something really neat. And I want you to go with me and check out Google Earth. And we're going to look at a couple different things because me and you, we're stuck inside for the most part. We can't go travel. I like to travel a lot, and well, we did a little bit of traveling earlier in the year when we went to see all those animals. We went to get our pumpkins and that sort of stuff. But we can't do that right now because of the sickness that some people are getting. But what we can do is we can travel on our computers. Okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to go to Google Earth. Now, you're going to need mom or dad's help again with this one. But this works on your laptops, your computers, or your phones, or your tablets. They should all work okay with this. All right. So you need to go to Google Earth. You can see up here, it's google.com/Earth, or you can just type into any search engine, Google Earth, and it'll bring you right here. Okay. And as you might have been seeing, it's showing all kinds of neat pictures of different parts of the world. So we're going to click down here. We're going to click Launch Earth. Launch Earth sounds pretty silly, but we're going to click that down there, and it's going to load up Google Earth, and we're going to be able to see all kinds of neat things. Here we are. This is the Earth. This is the globe. This is all of us. Everybody in the whole entire world lives here on this little blue ball. So it says down here, this is the new Google Earth. Here are the top 5 things to try. Okay, so we're going to click this little blue arrow down here, and it's going to show us some stuff. It says Ask Search. So if you are thinking of something you might want to see, then you just type into the search bar and it'll take you there. And this is showing us Paris, which is a city in France. All right, let's click the blue arrow again. And this is saying, here are little knowledge cards that you can click on and learn about. I'll click the blue arrow again. This is going to show us the Eiffel Tower. We had a picture of this up in our classroom last year, and we were building stuff like it. This is the Eiffel Tower in France. And what is that right there? That looks like a soccer pitch, a soccer field. Right there. That's kind of neat. Let's click the blue button again, and this is saying using Voyager, and I'll show you what that is in a little bit. You can pick all kinds of different things to go and see. And click the blue arrow again. And it's saying, feeling lucky. It's a little button you can hit, and it'll take you all kinds of neat places all around the world. All right, the blue arrow one last time. Oh, and once more. See that little rocket ship right there? All right, you're ready for takeoff, it says. So we're going to hit that little blue rocket ship. And now here we are looking at it. Again, there's all kinds of buttons over here. And there's all kinds of buttons down here. Okay? But the first thing we're going to do, the very, very first thing we're going to do is we're going to find us. We're going to find you and me. We're going to find the place that we normally hang out together, Mildmay Carrick Public School. So, you see my little cursor here? We're going to click up here on the little search button, okay? The little search button. And we can type in anything we want. So we're going to type in Mildmay Carrick, and it says right there, Mildmay Carrick Public School, okay? So we're going to click on that, and it's going to zoom in. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom, and there we are. There's Mildmay Carrick Public School. And it even has a picture right there. You can click on that, and hey, there's our school. Hopefully we'll get back there soon. And this has some little arrows. I wonder if there are more pictures. Yeah, there's some more pictures. Oh, there's one more. 2 pictures of Mildmay Carrick Public School. If you want to go back to the globe, you see this arrow right here. You can click that arrow. And here we are. Here is Mildmay Carrick Public School. And if you look across the street, what is this across the street here? If you look outside of the front door of Mildmay Carrick School, what is across the road? That's the Fresh Mart. That is the grocery store right there. And if you get out of the school and you turn left and you walk down over here, or if you're in the playground, you look over here, what's that big building right there? Yeah, that's the skating rink. So this is Mildmay. This is the town. And this is our playground back here. If we zoom out a little bit, you can see this is our running track. Down here, our soccer fields, our little benches we like to play on sometimes, though not until your grade 1. And right here is our kindergarten class. That's us. So you can find your house. You can find your house somewhere in here. It'll be somewhere in here. There's the pond that's back behind our school. And you can go and look for your house. Okay? We're going to zoom in a little bit. We're going to take this little person down here. And we're going to enter what's called Street View. We're going to take our person and we're going to drop them right on the road outside the school. We're going to zoom in. And there we go. We're going to take a look at some pictures. Okay? If we click, then we can drag it around and take a look. And that's the Fresh Mart. And if we look on the other side of the road, there's our school. And we can take if we click the arrow here, we can take a trip down Mildmay Carrick's main street. Or we can use the arrow buttons on our keyboard. If I press the up arrow, we can keep going and we can go all the way around town. And we could turn down this way and go to the rink. And we can look all around town. Okay, so if you want to do that, you can. You can find your house. We're going to zoom back out. And if you use your mouse wheel and scroll, you can just zoom out and zoom out and zoom out and zoom out and zoom out. So there's Mildmay there. Zoom out and zoom out, zoom out. There's Walkerton there. There's Hanover there. That's where I am right now. There's Newstead. There's Formosa, where some of our friends live. So we can zoom into Formosa. And then some of our friends who live there, they could find their houses. There's the community center. There's the park. There's a Catholic school and a church. All kinds of stuff in Formosa. Okay? So we can zoom out and 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 zoom out. And keep going and keep going and keep going. And there is the Earth again. And if you want to click on it and spin it, you can spin the Earth, which is just a lot of fun to do. Okay? So that is us. And it still says Mildmay Carrick Public School right there. And what are these white things? They're here, but then they disappear a little bit. These white things. Right, they're clouds. And as we zoom in, the clouds go away. Yeah, they're clouds. And some of us have gone down to visit Florida. And guess what? Florida is right here. Florida. So that is a pretty long trip from Mildmay all the way down to Florida. All right, so we're going to look at some other stuff now. You can keep looking at places you've traveled. You can try and find your house. You can do all kinds of neat stuff with this, but we're going to do something else. We're going to click on this little button right here, and that looks like a steering wheel, or actually a special steering wheel of a ship, where you'd grab onto it and you'd steer the ship. Okay, it's called the Voyager button. We're going to click on that, and it gives us all kinds of really, really neat things that you can look at. Okay, this is the national parks. This is the raptors of Mount Montana. That means different birds. And if you scroll down, you can look at all kinds of different neat stuff. So what we're going to do is we are going to look at this one down here. Cherry blossoms around the world. Okay? So what you want to do is if you're right here, you want to make sure you click on this right here, the Voyager button. And then you can scroll down. You can go down all the way to cherry blossoms around the world. And we're going to click on that. Okay? So, cherries, you know what cherries are. Yeah, they're a great fruit. But cherry blossoms are these beautiful flowers that come out around this time of year. Now, we can't travel around the world to see these cherry blossoms that are beautiful, but we can from home. All right, so we're going to click on this button here called Start Exploring. All right, and it's going to take us to Japan. This is Tokyo, Japan. This is a long, 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 long way away. Look at us zoom all the way in. And look at this. A beautiful spot in Japan that has beautiful cherry blossoms. And you can look at some more pictures if you want to click up here as well. And look at how many people there are. All come out to see the beautiful cherry blossoms. Now, people's faces are blurred out. I wonder why people's faces are blurred out. Look at that person. Look at that person. You can't see their faces. I wonder why. Any ideas? Yeah, I think it's because maybe they didn't want the picture taken. So we blur out their faces so we don't know who it is. So they'd have to ask everybody if they want the picture taken. That would take a long time. So it's just easier to just blur out faces to say, yeah, I won't worry about that. All right, so if you've taken a look around and you can, just like you did before, going down mildly, you can go down with the arrow keys or clicking on these arrows here. You can go up and down and take a look at the beautiful cherry blossoms or click the pictures up here. But we're going to go to this down here and go to the next one. We're going to click that little arrow. It's going to take us away from Tokyo, Japan, and into another spot in Japan where there are beautiful cherry blossoms. Now this tree is 1,000 years old. 1,000 years old. You can see all the people taking pictures of it because it's beautiful. Now, 1,000 years old is older than me. It's older than your parents. It's older than the school. It's older than the houses. It's older than basically anything. It's older than anything. It's a long time ago when this was planted. It's 1,000 years old. That's a long time. Okay, so you can take a look at the pictures up here if you want, but we're going to keep going. Hit that blue arrow down there. That's going to take us away from Japan, and it's going to take us all the way across the world to France, to Paris, France. It's going to zoom us in here to a little park. It's behind the Notre Dame Cathedral, which is a beautiful, beautiful cathedral. All right, and we can take a look at the beautiful cherry blossoms in the park. There's somebody on the phone. Look at all these beautiful cherry blossoms. And you can look around the park if you want. You can zoom out if you want to take a look at the rest of the city. You can click up here to take a look at the cathedral if you want, or you can keep going. So we're going to click the arrow down here. And now we're going to go all the way across the world again. And we're going to go to Brazil. You can make little plane noises if you want, as we're traveling around. And here are some beautiful, beautiful cherry blossoms in Brazil. It's saying in Brazil, there's lots and lots of Japanese people. People that used to live in Japan, now lots of them live here in Brazil. And this city has lots of beautiful cherry blossoms. I think those are really pretty. And it's got some other trees and stuff in here too. It's a nice little garden to look at all the way in Brazil. You can spot all kinds of other different ones. Oh, that's my puppy who wants to get out. Hold on. There you go. That was my friend Logan scratching at the door wanting to get out. All right, so we're going to keep going. We were in Brazil. And now we're going to hit the arrow again down here. We're going to keep going. We're going to go to Sweden. We'll go. Make up some good noises for when you're flying around. So this is in Sweden, and I have some family who lives in Sweden. Look at these cherry blossoms. They're beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Lots and lots of people out in a nice, beautiful, sunny day to look at all the awesome cherry blossoms in Sweden. Look at them. It says this the city in Stockholm in Sweden has an annual cherry blossom festival, which is really, really cool. I'd love to go there for this cherry blossom festival. And we kind of are. It'd be neat to walk around there. So you can hit the arrows and you can look around if you want. Look at all the people doing all kinds of awesome stuff. They're really, really pretty. So you can take a look around there if you want. Click on some pictures. Now we're going to keep moving on. Now we're going to go to Spain. Where is this taking us? This isn't a city. This is the Festival of the Flowering Cherry takes place every April at this cherry orchard. This has 2 million cherry trees, and they have a 2-week festival, a cherry festival, just like they do in Sweden. And this one makes jams and wines and stuff out of all of the cherries. So this is a beautiful spot outdoors. You can see a little town down there. It'd be a really nice place to go for a hike. That'd be really cool. All right, I'm gonna move on. Now we're gonna head to South Korea. All the way zooming in again. Beautiful. This is a transit station in South Korea. So what goes on those? Yeah, trains. Now, this station isn't used anymore, but it says it comes back to life during the Spring Festival. So that train takes passengers through just a little ride through all of the cherry blossoms, all of the stalls. Looks like people are selling all kinds of stuff. What do you think's happening there right now? Is it a bright, sunny day? Doesn't look as bright and sunny as some. Oh, you know what? I think you're right. I think it's raining. You can see puddles on the ground. People have rain jackets on and umbrellas. I think they took this picture when it was raining. That says cherry blossom pudding. Ooh. Would you like to try some cherry blossom pudding? I sure would. That sounds cool. All right, we can take a look around here. I'm going to hit the button and move on. We're going to come back to Canada. Queen Elizabeth Park in Vancouver. We're going to zoom in. So this is the other side of Canada in Queen Elizabeth Park. Look at that. Beautiful. That's a nice little park. Oh, you can see some people's houses there. Looks like some leaves and stuff on the ground. And there's some nice spots. All right, let's keep going. We're going to go back across some water, all the way across to London. The Royal Botanical Gardens. Wow, look at there. Look at that. Beautiful cherry blossoms. Very, very cool. Oh, what are these people doing down there? Huh? What are they doing over there? I think they're having a picnic. I think you're right. They're enjoying a nice, bright, sunny day, having an awesome picnic. That's really cool. All right, let's go to our last one. And this one is going across the water again to the United States, which is pretty close to where we are. And here we go. Look at that, all around. This water here has beautiful cherry blossom trees. Oh, look at that there. You know what that is? That's a Washington monument. That's really neat. There's some beautiful cherry blossom trees. Very, very cool. All right, you can take a look around here if you want. I'm going to hit the blue arrow once more. And it's going to take us back to where we started. In Japan. And you can keep clicking through. This is where we started. You can keep clicking through and taking a look at all the different spots where all the cherry blossoms are. Okay? So, I'm going to do one last thing before I say goodbye for today. And I'm going to show you something really neat. So, I'm going to hit this arrow here. I'm going to get back out. Get back out of photosphere. And you can zoom out if you want. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. What we're going to do is we're going to look at Toronto. Okay? So I'm going to click on the search button right here. It still says Mildmay Carrick Public School. And whoop, it's taking us there. Oh no! So click up here. And we're going to type in Toronto. Okay? Toronto, Ontario. Alright, we're going to click on Toronto, Ontario. And we're going to try and see if we can zoom into it. Here we go. Here's Toronto. Okay. A lot of us have visited Toronto. So if you've gone on a flight, you might have flown out of the airport. But we want to see downtown. So we're going to zoom in to downtown Toronto. And you can see the awesome buildings. If you click this button right here, it says 3D. We can take a look at all the awesome buildings. And what is that? What is that right? You got it. That's the CN Tower. That's the CN Tower. And you can zoom around, zoom in. You can take a look at all the stuff here. Hey, there's the Rogers Center where the Blue Jays, they'll play some of their games. Let's see if we can find anything else that's interesting. Oh, that's Ripley's Aquarium. Some of us might have gone to Ripley's Aquarium, which is pretty neat. Let's see. Oh, there's the Air Canada Centre. That's where the Toronto Maple Leafs play. That's where they play their games. So you can take a look at all the awesome, huge buildings and stuff in downtown Toronto. And some of us may have been there and visited there and seen some of these places. I think it's pretty neat to take a look at the huge CN Tower. Whoop! Hey, look. We're on top of the CN Tower. If you jumped right on top of the CN Tower, if you got up there somehow, this is what the city would look like. Isn't that cool? That's a long way down. If you were on the top of the CN Tower, would you be scared? I think I would be. So we're right on top of the CN Tower. It's a long way down. You wave to everybody down there. It's a long way down. So you can spend a lot of time in Google Earth looking at all kinds of awesome, awesome places all around the world. All right, there's where the Toronto soccer team plays, Toronto FC. And we're going to zoom back out. Zoom back out, and zoom back out, and zoom back out, and zoom back out, and take a look at our planet. And you can spend lots of time looking at different places if you want. There's all kinds of different buttons here. There's a search bar. You can go back into Voyager and look at all of these neat things that they've got set up for you. You can hit the I'm feeling lucky button, and it'll take you somewhere neat. So I clicked it, and it's going to take me, where's it going to go? A chapel in Italy. A really, really neat city. I'm going to hit it again, and it's going to take me to an apartment building in Amsterdam. That looks pretty cool. I'm going to click it one more time, and it's going to take me to an island in Denmark. So you can spend some time taking a look at Google Earth and taking a look at the whole planet and all of the awesome, awesome stuff that's all around the planet. So that's what I wanted to start off the week looking at. Because if we're going to talk about Earth Week and looking after the Earth and making sure we're taking care of it, well, you have to see what's in it first, right? And I just showed you a few things that are all around the Earth, a few things that are neat, but there are so many things to take a look at. Okay? If you find something cool and you want to share it with everybody, that would be awesome. If you go into the discussions on our classroom page online, you can share pictures or you can share ideas, things we should search for, things we could look at, things that you think were really cool that you found. Okay? That we could all take a look at and share. That'd be awesome. All right. So that's your job for today, is I want you to take a look at all kinds of awesome places in the world for Earth Week. And we're going to spend some time outside later this week. And I'm going to show you some neat stuff that I found outside. Okay? So until tomorrow, I'm going to say bye-bye.